There comes a moment in life when a person is willing to risk everything, when fear takes a backseat, when logic becomes secondary, and when all that matters is the pursuit of something greater than oneself. But what is it that makes a person take such a leap of faith? Belief is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It has shaped history, transformed lives, and created miracles out of the impossible. When a person truly believes in a vision, they become unstoppable. They no longer see obstacles as barriers. Instead, they see them as challenges meant to test their commitment. The moment belief takes root in a person's heart, fear begins to fade and hesitation disappears. They step into the unknown, not because they are fearless, but because their belief is stronger than their fear. Throughout history, the greatest achievements have been driven by individuals who refused to doubt their vision. They were told their dreams were unrealistic, that they would fail, that they were not good enough, but they chose to believe. They believed so strongly that they were willing to risk everything, comfort, security, even their own lives, to bring their vision to life. This is the kind of belief that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. It is not blind optimism. It is the deep, unshakable conviction that what they see in their mind can become a reality. Belief gives birth to resilience. A person who believes in their vision does not give up at the first sign of failure. They understand that failure is not the end. It is merely a lesson, a stepping stone towards success. They learn, they grow, and they push forward with even greater determination. But others see failure as a reason to quit. They see it as proof that they are on the right path. Their setbacks do not break them. Instead, they make them stronger. When a person believes in something deeply, they are willing to sacrifice for it. They wake up earlier, work harder, and persist longer than anyone else. They endure criticism, rejection, and loneliness because they know that their vision is worth it. They are willing to walk alone if necessary because they understand that belief is not dependent on the approval of others. Many times, the world does not recognize a great vision until it has already succeeded. The greatest minds in history were often ridiculed before they were celebrated, but those who believe do not wait for permission. They do not seek validation. They trust in their vision and move forward, even when no one else understands. Belief transforms effort into excellence. A person who believes in what they are doing does not settle for mediocrity. They do not do things halfway. They give their heart and soul to their work. Their passion fuels their actions, and their determination turns hard work into mastery. They are not driven by external rewards. They are driven by the deep satisfaction of bringing their vision to life. This level of commitment is what leads to breakthroughs, to innovations, to world-changing ideas. Belief is contagious. When one person believes in a vision strongly enough, they inspire others to believe as well. They ignite a fire in those around them, making them see possibilities they never imagined before. A single individual's belief can spark a movement, unite people, and create lasting change. This is why leaders who believe in their cause are so powerful. They do not just convince people with words, they inspire them with their conviction. But belief is not easy. It is tested in the moments of doubt, in the times when nothing seems to be working, and in the face of repeated failures. It requires courage to hold on when everything around seems to be falling apart. It requires faith to continue when success is nowhere in sight. But those who hold on, those who refuse to let go of their vision, are the ones who ultimately succeed. Belief is not just an idea, it is a force. It has the power to turn the impossible into reality, to move mountains, to change lives. And those who dare to believe with all their heart will risk everything, because they know, without a doubt, that their vision is worth it. There is a deep and often unspoken power in knowing that someone believes in you. It is one of the greatest gifts a person can receive, especially in moments of self-doubt. When someone has unshakable faith in another person, it can transform their life. It can push them to do things they never imagined possible. It can inspire them to take risks, step out of their comfort zone, and chase dreams they once thought were out of reach. This is the power of faith. Not just faith in oneself, but faith in others. Many people go through life doubting their abilities. They see their flaws, their shortcomings, and their failures more clearly than their potential. They convince themselves that they are not good enough, that they are destined to remain where they are. But when someone believes in them, truly believes in them, something changes. That belief becomes a light in the darkness, a voice louder than their fears. It tells them that they are capable, that they have something valuable to offer, that they are meant for something greater. This kind of faith is not based on what the person has already achieved. It is based on what they are capable of becoming. It is the ability to see beyond their doubts and mistakes, to recognize their hidden strength and unrealized potential. There are countless stories of people who have achieved greatness simply because someone else believed in them. A teacher who told a struggling student that they were intelligent and capable. A mentor who saw potential in someone who had failed multiple times. A friend who refused to let another give up. These moments of faith can change the entire course of a person's life. When someone doubts themselves, they may hesitate, they may want to quit, but if they know that someone else believes in them, they will keep going. They will take the risk, they will make the effort, because they do not want to disappoint the person who has faith in them. Belief in others creates a sense of responsibility. When someone sees that another person has placed their trust in them, they do not want to let them down. They push themselves beyond their limits because they feel accountable to the faith that has been placed in them. They begin to see themselves through the eyes of the person who believes in them. And this changes their entire perspective. Instead of focusing on their fears, they start to focus on their possibilities. Instead of giving up, they start to fight harder. Faith in others also creates strength in times of struggle. Life is not easy, and everyone faces moments where they feel like giving up. But knowing that someone else believes in them can give them the strength to endure, to keep moving forward, even when everything seems to be going wrong. It becomes a source of courage in the face of fear, a reminder that they are not alone. This kind of faith does not have to come from someone famous or powerful. It can come from a parent, a friend, a teacher, or even a stranger. Sometimes all it takes is a single sentence, "I believe in you," to change everything. A simple act of faith can be the difference between someone giving up and someone choosing to fight for their dreams. It can be the difference between a person staying in the shadows and stepping into the light. Faith in others is not about ignoring their flaws or pretending they are perfect. It is about seeing their potential, even when they cannot see it themselves. It is about standing by them when they feel weak, reminding them of their strength when they have forgotten. And in the end, when they finally succeed, they will look back and remember the person who never stopped believing in them. They will remember the faith that gave them the courage to become who they were meant to be. Encouragement is one of the simplest yet most powerful forces in the world. A few words of genuine support can transform fear into courage, hesitation into action, and doubt into confidence. There are countless people who live their lives trapped within their own limitations, not because they are incapable, but because they lack the belief that they can do more. They stay in their comfort zones, afraid to take risks, afraid to fail, and afraid of what others might think. But when someone offers them encouragement, true, heartfelt encouragement, it can become the spark that changes everything. Many people underestimate the impact of their words. They think encouragement is just a kind gesture, something nice to say. But in reality, it can be life-changing. A person who has been struggling for years, doubting their worth, can suddenly find the strength to try again just because someone told them, "I believe in you." Those words have the power to break through years of fear and insecurity. Encouragement is like fuel for the human spirit. It fills people with energy, hope, and the confidence to move forward. When someone receives encouragement, they begin to see possibilities where they once saw only obstacles. They begin to believe in themselves because someone else believed in them first. Encouragement does not mean giving false praise or pretending that challenges do not exist. It means acknowledging a person's struggles while reminding them of their strength. It means helping them see beyond their fears and showing them that they are capable of so much more than they think. There are moments in life when people stand at a crossroads, unsure of which direction to take. They hesitate, afraid of making the wrong choice, afraid of failing. It is in these moments that encouragement can make all the difference. A single word of support can give them the courage to take the step they were too afraid to take. Many successful people can point to a moment in their life when someone's encouragement changed everything for them. It could have been a teacher who said, "You have talent, don't waste it." It could have been a friend who said, "You should go for it. I know you can do it." It could have been a parent, a mentor, or even a stranger whose words gave them the push they needed. Encouragement is not just about motivation. It is about empowerment. When people are encouraged, they feel a sense of worth. They feel that they matter, that their efforts are noticed, and that they are not alone. This feeling can be incredibly powerful, especially for those who are struggling in silence. Many people walk around carrying burdens that no one else can see. They feel invisible, unheard, and unimportant. A simple word of encouragement can remind them that they are seen, that they are valued, and that they have the strength to overcome whatever they are facing. Sometimes people do not need long speeches or grand gestures. They just need someone to say, "I believe in you." Those words can push them beyond their fears and into action. They can inspire them to take the first step, to try something new, to step outside their comfort zone. And once they take that step, they often realize that they were capable all along. They just needed someone to remind them. Encouragement does not cost anything, yet its impact is priceless. It has the power to change lives, to build confidence, and to help people become the best versions of themselves. It is a gift that anyone can give, and its effects can last a lifetime. A few words of genuine support can be the difference between someone giving up and someone choosing to keep going. And sometimes that choice changes everything. Fear and passion are two of the strongest forces that shape human decisions. Fear holds people back, convincing them that the risks are too high, that failure is too painful, and that rejection is unbearable. It whispers doubts into their minds, making them question their abilities and whether they are worthy of success. Fear is what keeps people inside their comfort zones, preventing them from taking steps toward their dreams. It magnifies every possible negative outcome, making obstacles seem larger than they really are. It tells them that they are not ready, that they are not good enough, and that they should wait for the perfect moment, one that never comes. Passion, on the other hand, is the fire that burns within. It is the force that makes people dream, create, and push beyond their limits. When a person is passionate about something, they feel alive. Their heart beats faster at the thought of it, and they cannot imagine a life without pursuing it. Passion is what makes an artist stay up all night painting, a writer spend hours crafting the perfect sentence, an athlete train harder despite exhaustion, and an entrepreneur keep going after multiple failures. Passion does not ask for permission. It demands action. It refuses to be ignored. It makes people see possibilities instead of limitations. There comes a moment when a person must choose between fear and passion. Fear tells them to stay where they are, to avoid risk, and to protect themselves from failure. But passion pushes them forward, reminding them of what is possible if they dare to try. The moment passion outweighs fear, everything changes. The fear does not disappear, but it loses its power. It becomes a background noise rather than the main voice in their mind. They may still feel nervous, but they move forward anyway. They may still worry about failure, but they understand that failure is a part of growth. They accept rejection as a stepping stone rather than a final verdict. History is filled with stories of people who chose passion over fear. Every great inventor, leader, artist, and entrepreneur faced fear at some point. They were told their dreams were unrealistic, that they would never succeed, that they should be more practical. But they refused to let fear decide their fate. They pushed forward because their passion was greater than their fear. They knew that the pain of not trying would be far worse than the pain of failing. They understood that failure is temporary, but regret lasts forever. People who let fear control them spend their lives wondering what could have been. They look back and think about the opportunities they missed, the dreams they abandoned, and the risks they were too afraid to take. But those who let passion lead them experience life to the fullest. They may fail, they may fall, but they rise again because their passion fuels them. They are willing to take risks because they understand that nothing great comes without sacrifice. They are willing to face rejection because they know that success is not about pleasing everyone. It is about staying true to what they believe in. Passion gives people the courage to step into the unknown. It allows them to embrace uncertainty, knowing that the journey is worth it. It makes them see setbacks as lessons, not as reasons to quit. It turns obstacles into challenges to overcome rather than barriers to stop them. When passion outweighs fear, people stop waiting for the perfect time. They stop making excuses. They stop holding back. They take action, even if they are scared, because they know that what they are chasing is worth the risk. The people who change the world, who inspire others, and who live with no regrets are not the ones who never felt fear. They are the ones who felt it and kept going anyway. They are the ones who understood that fear may always be present, but passion will always be stronger if they choose to let it lead the way. Unconditional love is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It is love that does not seek anything in return, love that remains strong in the face of hardship, and love that does not fade with time or circumstances. It is the kind of love that gives without expecting, that sacrifices without hesitation, and that stands firm even when tested. People who experience or give unconditional love understand that it is not about receiving recognition or appreciation. It is about truly caring for someone beyond their flaws, beyond their mistakes, and beyond their limitations. When a person loves unconditionally, they are willing to sacrifice everything for those they love. They put the needs of others above their own, not because they have to, but because they want to. A mother who stays up all night taking care of her sick child does not do so because she expects gratitude. A father who works tirelessly to provide for his family does not do it for praise. A friend who stands by someone in their darkest moments does not do it for personal gain. These acts of love come from a place of deep care, a place where love is not measured in words but in actions. Unconditional love is not about perfection. It does not mean ignoring faults or pretending that everything is always perfect. Instead, it means loving despite imperfections. It means choosing to stand by someone even when they are at their lowest, even when they are struggling, even when they make mistakes. It is easy to love when things are going well. But unconditional love is proven in the moments when it is hardest to love. It is in those moments that true love is tested, and those who love unconditionally show their strength by remaining steadfast. This kind of love gives people the courage to sacrifice without hesitation. Parents sacrifice their dreams to give their children a better future. Partners stand by each other in sickness, in failure, in times of uncertainty. Siblings, friends, and even strangers sometimes put themselves in difficult situations to protect or help someone they love. They do not keep a record of what they have given or expect anything in return. They simply love because they cannot imagine doing otherwise. Unconditional love also provides immense strength. Those who give it find fulfillment not in receiving anything back, but in knowing they have made a difference in someone's life. Those who receive it find comfort in knowing that no matter what happens, they are not alone. It is a love that heals, a love that empowers, and a love that makes people feel safe in a world that can often be harsh and unforgiving. It gives people hope, reminding them that even in the most difficult times, there is always someone who will stand by them. The greatest acts of bravery are often driven by unconditional love. People will walk through fire, endure pain, and face impossible odds if it means protecting those they care about. They will fight battles that are not their own, sacrifice their own happiness, and go beyond their limits simply because they love. And even if their sacrifices go unnoticed, even if their love is not always acknowledged, they continue to give because that is the nature of unconditional love. It is selfless, pure, and unbreakable. In a world that often teaches people to only give when they receive, those who love unconditionally are rare and extraordinary. They are the ones who remind others that true love is not about conditions, expectations, or rewards. It is about showing up, standing strong, and giving all that they have simply because their heart will not let them do otherwise. Unconditional love is the foundation of the deepest relationships, the strongest connections, and the most meaningful sacrifices. It is what makes life beautiful, even in the face of hardship, and what gives people the strength to keep going no matter what. Purpose is one of the most powerful driving forces in a person's life. When someone has a strong purpose, they see meaning beyond the struggle, beyond the obstacles, and beyond the sacrifices they have to make. It becomes the reason they wake up every morning, the force that keeps them moving forward even when everything seems to be against them. Purpose gives life direction, and those who have found it are willing to take risks that others shy away from because they know what they are fighting for. Many people go through life feeling lost, unsure of what they want or why they are here. Without purpose, every difficulty feels like a burden, every challenge feels overwhelming, and every failure feels final. They hesitate to take risks because they do not see a compelling reason to push through fear and uncertainty. They play it safe, stay within their comfort zones, and settle for what is familiar rather than reaching for what is possible. But when a person finds a purpose that truly resonates with them, everything changes. They no longer see struggles as reasons to quit. They see them as steps on the path to something greater. A strong sense of purpose gives people the courage to embrace risk. They understand that failure failure is not the end, but rather a lesson on the journey towards something meaningful. They do not fear rejection because they know that their purpose is bigger than any single setback. While others hesitate, waiting for the perfect moment, those with purpose take action. They are willing to step into the unknown, to face uncertainty, because their vision is clear. They do not need reassurance from the world. Their purpose is enough to keep them going. History is filled with people who took great risks because they had an unshakable sense of purpose. Leaders who stood against oppression, scientists who challenged conventional thinking, artists who broke boundaries, and entrepreneurs who built something from nothing. All of them faced immense challenges, yet they refused to back down. They were willing to lose comfort, stability, and sometimes even their reputation because they believed in something greater than themselves. Their purpose was stronger than their fear. Having a purpose also creates resilience. When a person knows why they are fighting, they can endure hardships that others would give up on. They can face failures without losing motivation, and they can withstand criticism without losing confidence. Their purpose acts as an anchor, keeping them steady when the world tries to shake them. They do not seek easy paths, they seek meaningful ones. They are not driven by the need for approval, but by the need to fulfill what they were meant to do. A person without purpose may see struggle as a sign to stop, but a person with purpose sees struggle as proof that they are on the right path. They do not ask, is this too hard? Instead, they ask, is this worth it? And when the answer is yes, they keep going no matter the cost. They understand that every great achievement requires sacrifice, and they are willing to make those sacrifices because they see the bigger picture. Purpose gives people a reason to push past fear, to take bold steps, and to chase dreams that others consider impossible. It makes them unstoppable, not because they are fearless, but because their purpose is stronger than their fear. When a person finds their purpose, they no longer wait for the right moment. They create it. They no longer seek guarantees, they take risks. And in the end, they do not just live, they leave a legacy. And in the end, they do not just live, they leave a legacy. Because a life driven by purpose is a life that truly matters. So if you want to see someone risk everything, believe in them, encourage them, awaken their passion, love them unconditionally, help them find their purpose. Because when a person finds something worth living for, they will no longer be afraid of risking it all. Thank you.